When Lost debuted in 2004, it didn't just premiere, it exploded onto television screens, redefining what a network drama could be. The first season was a revelation, cinematic, mysterious, and character-driven. Yet as the series unfolded over 6 seasons, fans began to notice a shift. The tone, structure, and focus of Lost changed, and not always for the better. So, why does Season 1 feel so fundamentally different from the rest of the show? The answer lies in both the behind-the-scenes chaos and the creative spontaneity that fueled that legendary first season. The mystery was never meant to last forever. Season 1 of Lost was a storytelling anomaly. It began not with a grand plan, but with a burst of creative urgency. When co-creators J.J. Abrams and Damon Lindelof were brought in to replace an earlier failed concept, they were told the project was doomed to fail. Expecting it to be a one-season wonder at best, they took huge creative risks. The pilot was audacious, a plane crash, a massive ensemble cast, and unexplained phenomena like polar bears and smoke monsters. It felt like a high-budget movie dropped into network primetime. But what truly captivated audiences wasn't just the survival drama or sci-fi oddities, it was the characters. Lost Season 1 treated its castaways like puzzles. Each flashback slowly revealed who they were before the crash, and each new episode pulled back another layer. Viewers weren't just wondering what the island was, they were asking who these people were and why they were there. This character-first approach was never meant to sustain multiple seasons, but it worked perfectly for the first 25 episodes. Season 1 was built on mystery, not answers. What makes Season 1 so effective is that it wasn't weighed down by having to explain itself. At that stage, even the writers didn't have all the answers. The mythology was loose, the larger story arcs still undefined. That creative ambiguity allowed the series to focus on compelling backstories, interpersonal conflict, and simply yet potent questions like, who is John Locke? What did Kate do? Why is the island so strange? The episode Walkabout is a perfect example. The twist, that Locke had been paralyzed before the crash, was a character moment that stunned audiences. It reframed everything we thought we knew and proved the show could be as emotionally powerful as it was mysterious. It didn't require sci-fi exposition or lore. It just needed one great character and a reveal that hit like a freight train. Behind the scenes, chaos fueled creative sparks. According to The Revolution was televised by Alan Sepinwall, showrunner Carlton Cuse later admitted that Season 1 was written, episode to episode, with little time to plan ahead. The cast was massive. The deadlines were brutal. And with J.J. Abrams departing early to direct Mission Impossible 3, Damon Lindelof was suddenly thrust into a creative leadership role he didn't feel ready for. Initially, the writers had ideas about the others, then called Jungle Creeps, and something called the Medusa Corps, a precursor to the Dharma Initiative. But time constraints meant delaying those plot lines, which forced them to lean harder on the characters. Ironically, that scramble is what made Season 1 so tight and emotionally grounded. Success changed everything, including the show's DNA. Once Lost became a massive hit, everything changed. The mystery that once felt fresh now became a burden. ABC wanted more episodes. Fans wanted answers. And the writers had to stretch their initial ideas across more seasons than they ever anticipated. That's when the plot-heavy arcs, Dharma stations, time travel, parallel timelines, began to dominate. For some fans, this shift made the show richer. For others, it made it feel bloated, overly complicated, and inconsistent. But one thing everyone agrees on: Season 1 just hit different. The real magic of Lost was in its beginning. Looking back, Lost Season 1 represents a unique kind of television magic. It was created in a moment of desperation, guided more by instinct than structure, and succeeded because it made the audience care deeply about characters before trying to explain the mythology. Season 1 wasn't about answering questions. It was about asking the right ones, and that's what made it unforgettable.